Hey everyone, it's your boy The Hero and welcome back to my channel, where we break down all the biggest Magic the Gathering news. And wow, today I believe is one of the saddest days of Commander. If you thought your wallet was safe, think again, because we just got hit with a huge Commander ban announcement. Today we're talking about the recent ban of some big cards like Crypt, Jeweled Lotus, Nadu. I don't know about Nadu. And finally, Dockside Extortionist. Oh, while we're at it, hashtag free Golos, guys. That my dude did nothing wrong. Come on, wizards. This video is powered by Dubby. Dubby Energy is the maker of a clean gamer energy drink to help enhance focus, concentration, and reaction time with no jitters, crash, or bad ingredients. Head over to dubby.gg and use the code THEHEROES to get that 10% discount. Right, so what happened, guys? So on September 23, 2024, the Commander Rules Committee decided to ban some of the most iconic cards in Commander: Crypt, Jeweled Lotus, Dockside Extortionist, and the newbie Nadu Wing Wisdom. These bans are shaking up like someone accidentally flipping the table when they lose. You know who you are. But seriously, Crypt, Jeweled Lotus, if they're banning these cards, can we please talk about freeing my guy Golos Tireless Pilgrim? Man, or even ban Soul Ring too. Might as well. What is going on? The injustice continues. Alright, so enough of me rambling about freeing my boy Golos. Let's talk about why these cards got the boot. In the explanation, the Commander Rules Committee said these cards basically turn your Commander game into a rocket launch. Ever tried dealing with someone playing a 5-mana Commander on turn 2? Yeah, that's because of Crypt or Jeweled Lotus. These cards speed up the game too much and make things unfair. But here's my issue. Jeweled Lotus, really, you're telling me we get a card that's made for Commander, and now it's about to be as useful as a piece of paper. What's the purpose of designing a Commander card just to make it useless and even just got reprinted? Come on, wizards. My inner chaos is just making me cry right now. Okay, now, you know what? Let's actually pull up the explanation for a second. Right, give me a sec, guys. Let's pull it up. Alright, so right now, this is from the committee. The Rules Committee explanation of the bans, right? So, first things first, the philosophy of Commander prioritizes creativity, and one of the ways we have historically reflected that in the rules and the ban list is encourage a slower pace of game than traditional formats. This gives decks time and space to develop and do different things. We have a goal to make it easier for players who enjoy slower, more social games to have an environment for them to explore. Okay. So basically they said Commander has always had the potential for someone to get out to a fast start and be the first arc villain in the game. But that advantage has been balanced by having multiple players gunning for them once it happens. Okay, in the past few years, notably since Strixhaven Skull Mages, we have seen a pattern of stronger mid-game cards that allow the players to skip past the early game to snowball their advantage straight through the win. Occasionally, games like that are fine, but it shouldn't be common, and we're taking steps to bring that frequently down a bit by banning 3 of the most explosive plays in the format. Okay, let's read Crypt. Coming down for no mana on turn 1 is quite possible to have the explosive start of Crypt in a Signet or Talisman, land and another Signet, leaving that player untapped 5 mana on turn 2. In games going over 12 turns, the accumulated threat of damage from Crypt provides a reasonable counterbalance, for explosive effect, but when you're snowballing to a turn 6 to 8 win, it's a meaningless drawback. Okay. Next up, we got our boy Jeweled Lotus. Alright guys, it says here, another card that can give you 5 mana on turn 2, which is Jeweled Lotus, does it without even needing a good hand. Though you're restricted in what you can do with the mana, 4 and 5 mana commanders can pack significant punch nowadays, often drawing cards to make up for one-shot mana, and defensive abilities such as Ward can be interactive that early in the game. Okay, then we got Dockside. So Dockside isn't normally quite as explosive in the early game as the other 2 cards, but can still go mana positive on turn 2 and start generating treasures. After that, it's been on the border for years. So they've been thinking about banning Dockside for years. That's interesting. And we've shielded away from acting in the past because the card has scaled well with the power level of the table. But it's a frequent contributor to the more egregious snowballing starts. Okay. And okay guys, here, look at this. This is what they said here. we should also talk about the elephant in the room. We're not banning Sol Ring. Alright guys. You heard it. You heard it from the committee. We are not banning Sol Ring and have no desire to. Yes, based on the criteria we talked about, we would be banned. Okay. So Sol Ring is the iconic card of the format and is sufficiently tied to the identity of the format that it defies the laws of physics in a way that no other card does. So banning Sol Ring would fundamentally change the identity of the format. Okay. We are trying to eliminate all explosive starts. Wow, so they're planning to slow down the game? It's happening every once in a while. It's exciting, and removing the other 3 cards geometrically reduces the number of hands capable of substantial above curve mana generation in the first few turns. Okay, there's another ban here. Okay, so here, this is the Nadu now. The Nadu one kinda, I haven't really fought Nadu. I've never fought it, never played it, so I don't really know how it feels. So you guys can comment down below and let me know how it feels in Commander. So it says here, given that Nadu Wing Wisdom has been ejected from multiple formats at this point, it's no surprise that we took a close look at it for Commander. Sometimes usually problematic cards in the format, Oko Companions, are fine for Commander, but our observations of Nadu suggest its inherent play pattern is going to cause problems. Interesting take. Interesting. So in translation, if you had the cash, you could just win faster. So to level up the playing field, they axe these cards to slow things down. Basically, they want the guy with a Jeweled Lotus and a mana Crypt pulling off a turn 2 commander where you're sitting there with a forest and a dream. So what's the fallout from this ban? So of course, prices are gonna crash hard. So if you guys, it's up to you guys. If you guys wanna like sell your Jeweled Lotus, Dockside right now before it starts crashing in, you never know. Right? It's gonna crash harder than my cousin after too much eggnog at Christmas. Right, so Mana Crypt is going at what, 150 or more depending which version you got, and it might drop. You never know. It could drop as low as $50, but only time will tell. Jeweled Lotus was like 109, like, you know, staggering. Now the price is gonna be different though, so we'll see how the price is gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be a collector's card. Basically, it's gonna be just collectors. Basically, you can't play unless your play group wants to rule 0. Rule 0. Or make a no ban commander. Guys, you know, commander cards shouldn't really be banned. We just want to play the game, casual or not. But you know, and then we got Dockside is going for cheap, and that guy's been causing problems for years. So collectors, I feel you invested in these cards and now they're worth as much as a bulk rare. Maybe I'm just exaggerating here. It's not easy watching your precious cardboard lose its value, but hey, at least your games might be more fun now that everyone isn't past manning you out of existence. Right, so for casual players, the ban might actually be a good thing. Right, now you don't have to worry about someone casting your commander before you even draw your second land. Right, it could also slow the game down and make things more interactive. For competitive players, losing Mana Crypt and Jeweled Lotus is a massive hit. It's going to make those CDH decks run a little slower, but hey, maybe this opens up space for new slower strategies, or maybe we'll just start hoarding Sol Ring even harder since they specifically said they're not banning that anytime soon. And at the end of the day, guys, the rules community is trying to slow down the game and make it more fair whether you agree with it or not. Commander is about having fun, unless of course you're like me and you like causing chaos or group hugging or whatnot. Either way, this ban shakes up the format and it'll be interesting how players adjust. But before we go, can we get one final hashtag free Golos in the comments? Because really, Wizards, my boy Golos deserves a second chance. Alright guys, that's it for today for my quick breakdown. Sorry if I'm rambling this away. What do you guys think about the bans? I feel like it's targeting CDH players maybe? Do you agree, or are you screaming in the void about your last value like the rest of us? So drop a comment and let me know. Hit that like button, subscribe for more spicy magic content. As always, stay chaotic my friends. It's your boy the Hero, signing out.